Right. Okay. I know that there's different countries with different restrictions, different policies, right? I would reject it in any case.
There's different approach combat abortion. Even you guys in USA, isn't it?
Yes, we know.
Yeah. We reject it no matter what country, no matter where you are.
There is not a federal consensus. There is not a federal consensus in USA about what should be abortion. There is some very liberal states.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand your worldview. I want to know what you have to say.
Okay, my question look, okay. My question aligned to the French policy, it means you can have an abortion until 8 weeks. Okay, after 8 weeks, you are not allowed to have an abortion because you know that I don't know if after 8 weeks you know that what's happening in your body. Okay, and above after 8 weeks, you are not allowed to get abortion.
So, Maurice, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you know what a cryptic pregnancy is?
Can you explain me?
Yeah, a cryptic pregnancy is where you don't know you're pregnant. This is not unheard of. No, I'm just saying, like, what if a woman doesn't find out she's... Yeah, but it's...
Prepare for the next one.
Well, here, right? When most women find out is around 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, right? So it's not unheard of that they can find out at like 10 weeks.
After 6 weeks, when you don't have your period, I'm not a woman, but I'm married. Okay?
Yes, but
when you don't have your period,
your guard down.
Not okay. It's not like
well, yeah, but here's the thing. That's the whole point of a cryptic pregnancy. The symptoms don't show up. That's the whole point of a cryptic pregnancy.
You are not a woman.
Well, you can ask them. They would know.
After 6 weeks, if you are a woman, you don't have your period, you are pregnant. Okay? You are not sick, you are just pregnant.
Still 6 to 8 weeks.
Madam, you are a woman. You have your period every month, okay?
Enemy planted at Alpha.
After 6 weeks, you know it's something.
Site is still hot. Move fast.
Moving this way.
Then we can discuss. Okay, madam. So for you,
All operatives, bomb defused. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Below 8 weeks, it's not acceptable to have abortion. Okay. Oh, okay. Are you agree with me? Even if you are 8 months pregnant, you can still.
Yeah, we know.
Which is crazy.
Set up a perimeter around the objective. Do not let them reach it.
In Europe, we have like some common
Yeah, but do you agree with that, and why? Yeah, but do you agree?
I'm not a scientist, medical, but
moving this way.
You can doctor say that before 8 weeks is not
flanking here.
Conscious baby.
Wait.
We don't care what doctors have to say. We care what God has to say.
Wait, hold on, wait. Wait.
Run secure. On to the next.
And
okay,
just
did you have this
in his word, God tells us that murder, thou shalt not murder. Yes, thou shalt not murder the unborn. So that means there should be equal justice, equal protection for all beings.
Wait.
You want to say something?
Well, yeah, his consciousness thing is irrelevant anyways. It's not conscious after 9 weeks. But it's illegal, so, like, it doesn't matter if it's conscious or not. Even by your own country standards. Like, It's not conscious at 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, but it's illegal anyways, Maurice. What do you think about that? Does he know how to unmute himself?
Yes, but I think it has been discussed in Europe. I don't know how.
Well, look. You said.
You can thought that they judge that after. Hey, how you that?
Well, you said. Hold on, listen. You said. Yeah.
But the human doctor, they say it's not okay to do that. Before 8 weeks.
1 minute remaining.
Why?
Planting at Bravo.
It's not God. It's not God. It's not the Bible. It's just the doctor.
Wait. Who and why? Why at 8 weeks? Why is it?
I'm not the doctor. Not the doctor.
But you agree with it. Wait, but you agree with it, so you must have some type of reasoning.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Some girls in Europe, Germany or Sweden or France,
Yes.
they I'm gonna say this.
Search and destroy.
They're force things, okay?
Yeah.
Place the charges on the target and destroy it.
Now, we're supposed to be controls. Maurice,
Well, okay.
we're challenging you. They say you're putting your faith in the doctor. Okay, I can't do this.
Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Setting device on Bravo.
Well, Maurice. Yes.
Bomb planted.
Yes.
Set containment.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk to
I couldn't
him.
do it.
I wanted to talk to him, then. Well, here's the thing.
Round secure. On to the next.
Well, I didn't understand him. He was talking. Well, I mean, we know the legal system, and that's not really important. I'm trying.
Search and
I think so.
He wasn't up here to like listen.
secure our objective. Do not let your guard down.
Do what you wanted to do, and then probably was gonna leave.
Yeah, I see.
Just keep saying, and then he, no, don't do it.
Yeah. Maybe language barrier will make that excuse. Has it been like this all day for you guys?
Actually, we had a couple good conversations. We had a mother come up and show regret. Share the gospel. She was receptive.
Bomb secure. Visible threats on target.
Mostly young
The
people.
mission is complete. Good work.
You might want to block that guy. He reported alive.
Did you get him? Did somebody get him?
I still see him in the locker room. But...
Lose. Oh, good. Sorry.
Yes, I'm not a woman. Genesis, God revealed the two genders.
I think we were both doing it at the same time. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I saw Maurice on Kanoa's. He was patient with them. He discussed on and on.
It's like
I
he
know
didn't
that
even.
we have a language gap.
It's like he didn't even know I was there. It's like he was talking to himself.
All he wants to talk about is the differences between, we're just us Americans. It's just how we think. It's just all get along. Yeah, that's what he said last night. Like, can we just all get along?
I rank the trolling a 0 out of 10.
You what?
I would rank the trolling a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, we've had a few of those. Trolls. Slow today.
I was going live, and then I realized my phone was out of storage. Just like, okay, I can't go live anymore.
Out of storage.
Yeah, I have like 1 gigabyte left.
Goodness. What kind of phone do you use?
I have the 12, the iPhone 12. Yeah.
Well, about the 12. Well, before I was behind, I had the 10XR for a long time because I was stubborn. I was like, I know this phone. Yeah, until they keep making more and more versions that become less and less compatible. And then they force
Search and destroy.
to.
141. Plant a
Yeah, they make it.
target and
They
level
purposely
it.
make it slower to incentivize you to buy
Oh,
it.
yeah. All the intentional monopolizing is tricky. But, I know that we have these things for gain convenience.
Enemy movement in the AO.
Too much.
Yeah, I kind of miss the old days where life was flip phones. Different times.
Sure was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. That's at all times, especially with kids. Kids. My 21-year-old, she's grew up in
Moving.
this digital age, and that's all she knows.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got through the high school years.
You've secured the device.
Drama.
1 minute
Somebody said
remaining.
that
Enemy
everything
movement.
on social media, and I admit I fully did not do
Moving to
things
my
right.
mark.
We're planting at
I finally
Alpha.
got things together just within the last 10 years. But I didn't start that way. I could go back in time and do things different. Would I? But praise God,
Setting device on Alpha. Stand by.
what he can change. What we have.
We're planting at Alpha. 30 seconds
My
remain.
life was at this place.
Device in place. Countdown started.
He has turned things around. Praise God.
I know.
And these cute little, I think my kids are gonna love it. Got one of those cool little water bowls. That's my excitement for the day. Yours?
Yeah.
You do? I should use slippers.
Confirmed. Target destroyed. Solid work. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
I wasn't sure if he did or not. If there's any
Search and
noises that
destroy.
are annoying, let me know.
Move in and detonate the target.
Try to go back and listen to my lives now and then, either make clips or just see how I sounded.
Too much work for me. Mine are like hours long. It's like I'm not gonna rewatch a 5-minute video.
I know I can't do it that long.
You see, that's where AI would be good. To,
Yeah.
You've got the bomb.
I haven't really been able to dive in as far as the questions today.
Well, I was doing before I end my live for like I only was live for like 10 minutes. I was having problems. I couldn't even get a prompt. I was doing more of a pragmatic view, and a lot of people were disagreeing with that tactic because I'm not sure who Genesis is. Now he's pro-choice, right? But he was normatively pro-life, but pragmatically pro-choice, and that's not really a conversation we have often.
Yeah, but that's not a sure sign that something's wrong. I don't know what is.
Yeah. I think he's trolling. I'm not sure if he actually believes it. I think he's trolling, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had.
I think he has knowledge.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
And saved.
Yeah. Well,
I guess those are strong words. No, we don't say whether someone is judgment, but we definitely make judgments on whether or not someone is.
Switching sides.
Well, we all know the Orthodox has usurped the authority of Rome, so, you know.
Set up security around the objective.
They're indeed in error.
Hostile UAV in the area.
So we made a judgment when you aren't perfect. I mean, we don't admit.
Enemy movement in the AO.
Say that I'm
Scratch
perfect.
that.
Say that I fall short. Murdering my babies. And I'm calling on those to not murder my babies. So that is not hypocritically judging. We're advocating.
Yeah, judging from our own standard, we're judging from a perfect standard. So we use scripture to stand whether or not somebody is bearing fruit, living a righteous or unrighteous lifestyle. So it's not like we're just like, oh, this is my opinion. We're basing it off of God's opinion.
Just so people know, like, as Christians, we're to hold one another accountable. So trust me,
Only you remain.
I am
Finish
being
the
judged. Virtue's being judged. Protect is being judged. We judge one another for many reasons.
Yeah.
So, right? Yeah.
I mean, we have the correct authority to judge. But yeah, Jesus.
30 seconds left.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
We submit to Jesus.
I never know if he's being.
I'm for real.
They planted a Bravo.
You mean as a Christian?
Yeah.
We're making it.
I don't know.
You want death by mod?
Standing by.
Somebody, I'm sure one of my mods will get you.
Well, I don't want my free speech to be violated,
All
you know.
operatives, bomb defused. Round secure. On to the next.
Do you think you have free speech here?
I don't know. I'm not sure if free speech is biblical, honestly.
I don't think TikTokical.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
TikTokical?
Yeah, I have heard that.
Like, guys,
Keep the enemy off the objective.
maybe after Oracle. Purchase they have.
UAV is on station. Recon online.
Oh, so wait, we can, like, we don't have to censor anymore, right?
That's what I thought. But there's been a couple times where somebody just said something.
Enemy planted an alpha.
TikTok restriction.
I see.
You can usually tell if it's a false reporter. When it's from
This
TikTok
area's been
themselves,
deleted.
say something like,
Scratch that.
TikTok doesn't so-and-so align with, you know, whatever the restriction is. That's been happening with certain titles people are using.
Finish the mission.
Yeah.
The round is lost.
It
Focus on the
almost
next
seems
one.
like, and this is just maybe the tinfoil, okay? But some of the people who are on the board of the new ownership are from.
Search and destroy.
I'm putting down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
141. Plant a charge on enemy UAV. Active.
there was somebody
You've secured the device.
something associating with them, and it took them down within like seconds. It was crazy.
And we're
Lethal
getting away
equipment here.
with saying it in some lives, but not in others.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Mm-hmm.
I was trying to buy some
Scratch
stock from, you know, TikTok, but not publicly traded.
Really?
Yeah. At least not on Robinhood. It's, I mean, it's not,
Lethal
That's what
equipment here.
Trump is trying to do, though.
yeah.
He's trying to work out a deal where Americans can invest in TikTok.
That would be great.
Mm-hmm. That's what he wants to do. I heard something like Oracle doesn't even own 100%. They own 50%. And China still has 20%.
Moving here.
Final minute.
And this is all kind of what in articles. You can always fact check me on that. Someone says they're following it. So, just so you know, that's my source.
My source is always the magisterium.
Okay, what's the magisterium say about TikTok?
Nothing.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
It's not like assertion.
Yeah.
is indeed true. That statement says if it's used to benefit the world, then might as well.
Search and destroy.
Really?
And align with God, of course.
Move in and detonate the target.
Benefit the world or benefit and glorify God?
I think they're not mutually exclusive. I think it can glorify. I think it could benefit the world by glorifying God.
This area has been looted.
That we will use according to his
Hostile airstrike near your
purpose,
location.
right? He can use evil in the world. Or use our thoughts.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Language. Right? So we don't want to benefit
Switch inside.
believers for whatever they want. But
Yeah.
Search and destroy.
glorify himself through.
Set up security around the objective.
Hey guys, I was listening to a good, it was
Moving to my mark.
Enemy on your helo inbound.
Station was really, was it? Conversation. One girl was very confusing. It was like, well, yeah.
I think Constantine gives her a little too many kudos, which is weird because he doesn't do that.
Enemy planted at Bravo.
I don't know. But I still love Constantine.
Maybe he's trying to convert.
Maybe. She should be converted already.
Well, it's not too late for her to come home in the room.
To reform.
It's hard to tell if
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
in the Calvinism. It's just not consistent enough. So, I can say that, oh, God is not repeating. What? Part of the time? Sometimes? Guys, we can
Search and destroy.
And
Hit the enemy off the objective.
just like the conversation they were having, it was just like, if that's what you want to do, no sense. What was she saying?
Moving here.
Constantine jumped in and was like, well, it has to be the last point. Because,
We have no ability.
yeah,
No
yeah.
ability in ourselves to choose anything. That's just not the case. And I think she was trying to make a comparison or a
Only you
an
remain.
analogy.
She
Finish the
brought up
mission.
ibuprofen, and I was like, what are you comparing that to ibuprofen?
They planted at Bravo.
She was saying, and I was just like, no.
Right.
Ibuprofen sounds like, I mean, never mind. That's a soapbox I don't even talk about.
Bringing someone up.
Start. Yeah, I was just gonna say, you need to. Yeah.
Close down, check a couple videos, and then restart. Because I notice if I do it too quickly, I'm just right back where I was.
In the meantime, I can advertise some Catholicism. So, you're ending? Oh, okay.
I'm doing restart.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Bye. Bye. for a crazy.
Deeply disturbed individual.
He is. Chips, nigga.
Just get some stereo.
Headphones.
I do have loud bags of chips though.
Remember one time? Oh my god. I was opening a granola bar, right? And I didn't know that you could hear me. And Tony Tiger lost his
Set up a
fucking
perimeter
mind
around
on
the
me.
objective. Do not let them reach it.
And the fact that he crashed all the way out over a fucking granola bar. I was
Wait,
like,
is Naisha? Wait, are you probably pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice.
Okay.
I'm 19. I turn 20 next week.
They planted at Bravo.
Yeah, I know. 1 year closer to lethal liberty.
That's like century for growth.
I'm only kidding. Pro-choice.
Bomb disarmed.
I'm pro-choice for a lot of, let's say, scientific reasons.
Get ready for the next one.
They want with their body, especially during a medical condition. And pregnancy is a medical condition. If you go to the ER, they're going to ask you if you're pregnant. It's down as a medical condition. I don't think anybody should dictate what you should do with your own medical conditions. Okay, are you available?
Yeah. How does this address fights?
Cereal down and the gate.
See, horrible bowl. See, well,
Cereal down.
how does this address why is it really getting abortion?
Sorry, what? You like muffled out right there.
How does that address why it's permissible to get an abortion?
Great, so I think it's permissible to get an elective AB, right, is because I think people's choices matter. I think people should have free will with their choices. Of course, if that doesn't, violate somebody else's in some type of way. And I would also argue, because I'm also definitely for birth control.
Moving this way.
And for IVF. And if you're elective AB, you also have to be anti-IVF. You also have to be anti non-hormonal birth control.
Why does free will allow you to
moving this
take
way
life inside of the womb?
Because when we're talking about free will, again, we're coming into the argument that people have the free will to dictate what they want to do with their medical conditions.
30 seconds remain.
That's the free will I'm talking about.
With their medical conditions here, using pregnancy as a medical condition.
Pregnancy is a medical condition.
Should she be able to exercise his free will on that?
10 seconds remaining.
here.
9 months. I see someone asking in the comments about grape. I think under any grape situation, they should be able to have an AB if that's what they choose.
Enemy bomb at Alpha.
Oh, sorry.
Be able to exercise her free will and get an abortion all that.
Enemy bomb is still active. Move to the
So, is it about simply being inside?
all operatives. Bomb defused. Ground secure. On to the next.
Consideration or enough more consideration to where it doesn't get like the right to life to person like that.
We talk about morality when it comes to AB.
Switching sides. Search and destroy. Use the charges. Blast the target. No mistakes. Friendly UAV online.
Or should not be allowed. inevitably going to get to morals because we're discussing because of this reason, this action either should or should not be allowed. What should or should not be the case is what's talking about morals. I'm not asking about anybody else's morals. I'm asking about your morals.
Great. So
Device in place. Countdown started.
they also want to do with their body.
So to clarify, the rights of women is hinging upon the rights of men.
I'm saying the rights of women, they should hinge on their body. It should hinge on their medical conditions.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Just in comparison to that, because I mean, models today, men have more body autonomy than women do, unfortunately.
But that doesn't mean that if they had less bodily autonomy, that would automatically make
place the charges on the target and destroy
okay
it.
to restrict in your view. Because even if men had less bodily autonomy, you would still say abortion should be allowable regardless. So that's not really telling me the reason why women should have this choice.
Again, I told you why women should have this choice.
You just repeated that they should have the choice because they should have the choice.
Because it's their body.
Yeah, that's not. If I'm asking you why they have the choice of being their body, and you repeat the fact that it's their body, that's not.
You should have choice over your own body and what you want to do with your body. I'm sure what we're confused about here.
Should that choice be unrestricted?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Should anybody do anything that they want with their body?
No, to a certain
1 minute remaining.
Right, because when we talk about body autonomy isn't absolute. Because let's first say I go up to someone and smack them down. It doesn't just because I'm doing that with my body that wouldn't make it justified.
Right. So bodily autonomy is absolute.
Bodily autonomy is not absolute.
So why is bodily autonomy justified in unaliving the unborn all 9 months if it's not absolute?
30 seconds left.
Because I would argue that it's not murder.
Well, I didn't say murder. I said unalive.
Correct.
So why is it justified to unalive it all 9 months? Simply due to the cost of bodily autonomy, the bodily autonomy is not absolute.
Correct.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm asking why? If it's not absolute, why is it?
The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy.
Absolute. She gets the
Set up a perimeter around the
person
objective.
with her.
Do not let them reach it.
Why is bodily autonomy absolute in this particular case?
Right, body autonomy in this particular case is absolute because, again, we're going to go back to the medical condition because, let's say someone has cancer, right? They are allowed to unalive that cancerous tumor, correct? Meaning, at that point in time, they would have absolute body autonomy, right? You brush your teeth, correct? You are unaliving bacteria every single day, correct?
Are
The
you
morally
serious
relevant
right now?
I'm dead serious.
The morally relevant differences between those and
That's because you put more morals on humans than you do bacteria.
yeah, the morally relevant difference is that bacteria. Yeah, the morally
On the
relevant.
way.
You put more relevance on
We lost
humans
that
than
round.
you do
Prepare for
bacteria
the next
too.
one.
Yes, I would.
Search and destroy. Secure
Doesn't
our objectives.
Give
Do
out
not let your guard
prescriptions of
down.
what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, we can't get an audit.
data.
Right. So
I mean, I would argue that scientific data also does tell you what you should and shouldn't do, right? Like, for instance, it tells you what things you shouldn't do to prevent, like, getting sick, what things you should do when you do get sick, right? For instance, if you're ever questioning a vaccine, you can always look at the vaccine rates. You can always look at what's in the vaccine.
those aren't moral prescriptions, though. Right.
I mean, if you're based
Okay, so if I want, if I'm looking at like a set of data and I test a hypothesis and I'm like, okay, if I do this, I can get this result. That's all that the science is doing, right? If I'm striving to get a certain goal, I'm saying, well, in order to, if I want this to occur, because this should be the case, we use science to help accurate hypothesis as to which belief should or should not be the case. But science itself isn't telling me why you should or should not be able to do so.
Okay, so where does your morality come from?
Well, in regards to this discussion currently, I'm not for sure if that question in and of itself is valid or irrelevant, not valid. I'm just simply asking you, like, why is it the case that simply because it's her bodily autonomy, that means that she gets free reign to unalive the entirety of the
charges. Blast the target. No mistakes. Hostile
Because it's in
UAV in
her
the
body.
area. That is circular.
Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere with that question.
Okay. That's simply it. Okay, so let's say you had a child that was like 7 months gestation, right? But, well, not 7 months gestation. It was born prematurely at 7 months, outside the womb.
Bomb planted. Set containment.
Who developed in the child that was born prematurely.
Okay.
Would you say that the child that's inside the womb, but further and more developed, has less rights than the child that's outside the womb, but less developed?
I'm not sure if rights is the word I would use here. Because, I mean, what rights are we talking about? Like, the right to life? Like, that's promised by the U.S.?
We lost that round.
Moral
Prepare for the next one.
entitlements.
Great. So, if my morality, I would say the further along one, if I had to pick one. But again, I'm not saying that means the 7-month-old one that just came out deserves to be unalived. Because I believe once they come out of the birth canal, I believe after that, like,
Place the charges on the
obviously
target.
don't do it.
Destroy it.
Yeah, so this child that's less developed but outside the womb somehow has more of a right to life than the child that's inside the womb but more developed, right? So how does simply just being outside the womb give you a greater right?
That's just my morality.
I'm asking you, what is the inspiration behind this?
There's no inspiration.
So you just have it because it's there?
Yep.
It gives me no motivation to. One is circular and gives me no motivation to hold this view.
To what?
So one is like circular, right? It just goes back to itself, and it doesn't give me any motivation to hold this view.
I mean,
Final minute.
Like there's plenty of things that will still take place. There's plenty of
it's true.
Countdown.
It's true. But at the end of the day, like, I mean,
there's plenty of
shouldn't
things.
stick to
There's plenty of things that will still take place regardless of whether or not we speak about it. Like child trafficking will take place regardless of how we talk about it. Hunger is going to keep going on. Murder is going to keep going on. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't talk about it and fight for these things not to occur. Because these things are
Search and destroy.
in the first place. So just being
Set up a perimeter around the
about it,
objectives. Do not let them reach it.
doesn't mean that we shouldn't not talk about it.
And then I wanted to ask about the prompt, because I really hate this rhetoric so much that, like, women who get elected babies are, like, all, like, 304s or something. Like, I hate the rhetoric. I hate the rhetoric. Keep your legs closed. I just hate that so much, because the reality is, this is a modern world.
well, okay, all across this nation, right, is of abortion is controlled, right? If these women to engage
Movement
in
here. Cancel last.
right, it would result
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
being gone.
But why also end?
Excuse me, that's 1 million human beings not being unalive. So are you telling me just because bitches want to open their legs and get off, that they should be able to unalive a whole human being? Like what?
Secure our
Technically, it
objective.
wouldn't be a whole
Do not
human
let your
being.
guard down.
No, it is. Would it be a human?
It's not. It has different stages. Majority of them occur when they're not a whole human being.
It would be
Friendly mosquito deployed.
within that stage of development.
Exactly.
Not when it's
Hey,
Flanking here.
Okay, as a zygote.
as a zygote, you would just be a human zygote.
okay, so human zygote
Yeah.
would indicate that this is a human being and it's perfectly
Hostile mosquitoid online.
developmental stage. As humans, when two humans get together, why I think it's other than a human being. Developmental stage. In this case, of a human being.
Correct.
It's a human being.
It's a
Thank you.
it's in a stage of a zygote, right? Like we're not all
Device
zygotes.
secure. No movement on target at this time. We have secured the field. Mission accomplished.
All zygotes, they don't believe that we said human beings are less valuable because of their developmental stage. Would say that a newborn is less valuable than anything because of the developmental stage.
How do you guys feel about IVF?
Yeah, if there was a way to do it like morally, like if they could just take one egg and one sperm and do it that way, then I would have no issue. But
Okay, so at least you're very consistent.
Yeah, but the practice of them like tossing like 5 eggs and 5 sperm at each other, and if like more than one happens to implant, and then they throw away the rest of them, I don't think that's morally permissible.
So you think it's wrong to throw them away?
Yeah, if they come together and they are now and they have now like fertilized.
What if they come together? What if they don't come together?
So we don't care about what you do with a sperm and an egg separately.
Okay, great.
Like, if a sperm
What I
and
do
an egg
care about when they come together and make. Yeah, I do care about what they do with a tiny human.
Yeah, I mean, at least you guys are consistent, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I've met a lot of people who say they're anti-ABs and then they're pro-IVF, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know, I just hate this rhetoric of, like, again, like, just keep the legs closed. Like, why are we bashing women? Why are we making women feel that way when it takes two, right? We like the argument that it takes two, but yet when we talk about babies, we talk about these women are doing this.
Yeah, because who knows these women that are having babies, right? If it was men that would the abortion and men unallowed babies, I would address them to the best of my ability, to the best of my understanding. It's women, okay? Now,
by the way, we would be all for the same men having these responsibilities with these children, right? If they're able to track the conception date, I would have no issue with child support starting from the date of conception. I have no issue with this.
That depends. That depends once you go to court. And I mean, we see again, like majority today, men don't take enough responsibility with children.
Well, I was going to think that if it was the case that this man has nothing to do with the child, with abandoning his responsibilities, I would have no issue with like tossing the man in jail and having him like having the wages that he earns while working in jail be given to the mother. I have no issue with this.
Yeah. So, and then I just want to mention another thing, which I Again, I hate this so much. I wish people just understood we live like in a modern world, right? And people, celibate people, like, unfortunately, I can say unfortunately, because I don't think, not being celibate is a bad thing. I don't think people, enacting human desires is a bad thing. I think you should do it responsibly. I don't think anybody should, be judged for it or humiliated or degraded by their choices of doing intercourse. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's repulsive that as a society we do that, particularly to women who are going through hard things, and particularly we forget about the men and we don't bash those men who also get these women pregnant, who are also not pertaining, and safe sex.
Hold on for a second. We bash men every day. Right?
We're to bashing
men. Excuse me, I was talking. Thank you. Okay, in the case of an abortion, right? We're telling a woman that she can obfuscate her responsibility to the point of unaliving a child, right? Now, let's say this woman wanted to proceed with this pregnancy, okay? And the man was like, I don't want anything to do with it, right? They would charge this man child support, take his license away, or throw him in jail. It depends. So too, right? When you have a woman going to get an abortion, right? Okay, there's, 3 or 4 big earring chicken heads clapping up saying you did what you needed to do for you, right? But let's say this guy ran off and abandoned his child. Do you think everybody's going to be gathered around him talking about you did what you needed to do with you? We hold men responsible, and when they're not responsible, there's dire consequences.
Moving this way.
I think Trump is intentionally to bash women.
Well, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you disagree with. Fact or fact.
Switching sides.
Same standard.
Search and destroy. Blend the charges and demolish the objectives.
Moving to my mark. Do decide to stick around, and they see children, they ought to be responsible, and take care of the children that they parent. Right. I have no issue with saying that.
Just like women.
Right. If men don't get a free pass to sleep around and do whatever they want, no. Right. And no one is no one is saying that being celibate is either good or bad. What we're saying is on the way to 100%.
One minute remaining.
Love that you elaborated on that. The point doesn't say that. The prompt intentionally says keep your legs closed. Again, we know when we're saying that.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Hold on. Can I say something? I was talking. Oh my God, I was talking. No, you don't understand, right? Okay, I said it.
Search and destroy.
Does not want to get right. We know that point is right. The primary purpose of it would be for mass. Okay, so if you don't for reproduction, so if you don't want to reproduce, there's 1,000 other ways in order to feel pleasure with your partner. So why do one of those other things?
Plugging here.
And engage in the one that's going to bring a
moving this way.
Sorry. Have you taken snacks?
No. I personally am celibate.
Okay, so if you are celibate, then that's fine. So what I'm gonna say here then, I don't think people just have smacks for the idea of, oh, I just really want to procreate right now. I think people have smacks for tons of different reasons. Some healthy, some not healthy. Again, this rhetoric for people who just has smacks for procreation is ridiculous. Sure, maybe it's a biological component that humans have these desires because of procreation.
Ground secure. On to the next.
Would be to reproduce. So
Disagree. I would say the primary purpose of smacks is to have
Switching sides.
connection. And physical connection as well.
no.
Search and destroy.
Component to smacks is provision.
100 years ago, that was the
Mark
right
subjective.
is, but
Set
not
up
in
security.
today's modern world. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're talking. So, right, the primary purpose of sex would be to reproduce because it's the only way that humans can reproduce.
Disregard.
Now, the secondary purposes, right, would be for pleasure. Okay? Like, if it wasn't the primary purpose, right, it would not be called our reproduction part.
No, we do have reproduction parts, right? Just because men have the part to give sperm, right? Just because women have a uterus and can bear children, that doesn't mean there's not a physical and emotional tie there. I'd argue today that that's why majority of people partake in smacks, right? This is why we have the birth rate decline because not a lot of people are interested in having children anymore, right? So this, I mean, again, right? So when you're talking.
1 minute remaining.
Can you tell me when you use
Understand.
One down. Get ready for the next one.
That's there, right? Way the only way. Yeah, I think that's
Search and destroy.
so the purpose of smack would
Defend
be
the
for us
objective.
to reproduce.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because you keep interrupting me, and it's annoying. And I'm trying to you're talking. So even though that these people are getting these emotional connections and this pleasure and things of that nature, right? That's the incentive to have schmacks. Having schmacks was just like, changing the dish, switching dishes out of the dishwasher. Nobody would do it.
Have you done anything considerably bad? No, I'm trying to give a better argument. Have you done anything that's considerably bad?
Final
Have you
minute.
drank? Have you ever taken in drugs?
We lost that round.
Obviously, you can't
Prepare
be
for
a
the
complete
next
innocent
one.
person. You have to have done something. People
would be irrelevant.
No, it's not, because people do those things all the time.
Switching sides.
A sense of pleasure, for a sense of happiness, for a sense of inner
Search and destroy.
They don't do this for a function of,
Slam the charges and demolish the
They don't
objective.
do that, right? My husband doesn't come up to me and say, oh my gosh, I really want to procreate with you right now. No. Right? People have sex. You've never had sex, so how can you tell me you have sex?
Okay, but you're not even to understand is this, right? It's even
Round secure. On to the next. Search and destroy. charge. Detonate the target.
This delicacy meaning
Marking enemy capture.
So when you were smoked, was your only reason for this match?
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
disappointing is not to you, right? With my husband, right? We were both
Switching
aware
sides.
that
Search and destroy.
days for procreation, right?
Yeah.
Set up security.
That's not the reason most people do it.
Okay, I was talking, right? When we decided to have pleasure,
Friendly mosquito
right?
deployed.
We didn't do it because women can only get pregnant 2 to 3 days out the month. So we exercised and didn't do it when I was ovulating. The consistency of wearing a condom. Like when you look at the 97%, okay, 66% of these women say anything at all. They go into this to have their pleasure, all right? Just in case there's a possibility. I understand that. I use the restraint. So you use restraint. Do not hear me
1
say
minute
that.
remaining.
When I was ovulating. And if my husband took the time to put a condom on as another safeguard.
Yeah.
Did you not hear me say that in the case of the 97%,
Only you remain.
66%
Finish the
of
mission.
these women use
Enemy
nothing
planted
at all.
at Alpha.
Where are we getting that source?
That would be the Walker Institute. That would be the CDC.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
The main primary function of this intercourse.
Okay, no one's arguing that there isn't a biological component. No one's arguing that there isn't a biological
that is only
We're saying
being used for. Leon?
No, it's not.
Search and destroy.
The only
Defend the
thing
objective.
that it should be used for.
Nope.
I was 2 words in. Okay. So, I would say that the main purpose of biological function of course, right, would be to procreate. Now, the main reason why a person might enter in this activity might be different from the primary function, right? Those are 2 different statements that are being made here.
How is he not dead?
Right. It doesn't take away the purpose of the two
Visible threat on target. Solid work. The mission is complete. Good work.
This is Zafran Sultani.
There's not a pill you can say. There's not a pill you can.
Women.
He can't
Just say that.
let me-
Just say that.
He can't let me finish my statement.
To your truths.
He can't let me finish my statement. I said we're not bashing women for having intercourse, right? What we are bashing is the activity of killing said child because you have had intercourse. That's the activity that we are bashing. If you want to have intercourse, you would have intercourse all day long. Go for it. We don't care. But if a child is to be conceived from this action, and you want to kill it
and hurt in the process. AJF, listen, I love that you're giving more